Hello, everybody. Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome. Bit of a glitch to start the show there, but welcome. We are here. My name is Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us on Crafters TV for a slightly truncated, beautiful beginning tonight. 1 hour show. Craig is not feeling 100%, so we are going to do an hour in the show, get through as much as we can, because he's agreed we can get through the hour. 2 hours is going to be too much. So let me tell you from the top, we're going to get through as many crafty demos as we can. We would normally do Essentials Corner, so obviously we won't be doing that tonight. However, does not mean that you can't ask the questions. So get those in nice and early, and as we go through the demos tonight, the little techniques that we're going to be doing, I will pose your questions to Craig as we go. Just to also say, I know we've had a lot of fun today as part of Ben's Day. All of the deals, all of the codes, if you like, are still available for you. So let me just remind you, on any of the shows today, you can shop and save 10% by using the code BEN10. It is on the Shop the Day category, basically. So anything from Wake Up Call, anything from the earlier show, anything in this show, use this code and you'll get an extra 10% off on top of your usual discount, which is incredible. We've still got the Ben's Bargain Bonanza box. We've still got some of the Ben 10s available for you as well. And we've still got that opportunity for you to build your own Ben box with the 10 for 10 deal. You need the password. It is Moseby, M-O-S-E-B-Y. Type that into the search bar on the website. It will bring up 2 pages of deals for you. You'll see prices on there like $7.49, $9.99, $24.99. Ignore. Put 10 of those items into your basket and you'll only be charged £10 or $10. Get those deals whilst they're there, though, because I think there are 36 items to choose from. They're worth 50, so they are proving very, very popular. So I'll say a few of those in just a second. Let's say hello to your man the other side of the studio, who's going to be taking us through some techniques. Of course, with it being beautiful beginnings, I am going to try and do a few things with Craig as well. So first of all, Craig, thanks for agreeing to do an act. I know you're not feeling very well, but we'll battle through this hour, won't we?
Oh, we'll definitely battle through, that is for sure. Yeah, Lisa, an hour is doable, certainly for myself. So yes, we're going to have a little bit of a play. This is the first time, certainly within the beautiful beginnings, where we've done this, where you've kind of like crafted along technique-wise. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look, we'll have a little play with the Shimmer Spray. Well, what I initially had planned, we've got Shimmer Sprays, we've got Illustrator pens, we've got a little bit of Tropical Collection as well, and we'll see what we can do within the next hour. But absolutely, as Ben said, please don't stop with any of the questions. We might not have Essential Corner because cutting the show short because of myself, but still get the questions in, and I'm happy to answer what I can throughout the next hour.
Yeah, and let us know what you're shopping for as well. Let us know what you're going to use your code on in this show. It's a lovely show for the fact that, you know, we take things back to basics, hence why yours truly's got an 8 wrong, because I'm going to try and do a bit of crafting with Craig. But we've also got loads of starter kits on this show as well. So we've got learn to mixed media deals, learn to edgeables, learn to use your illustrators. Check out the Shop the Show for all of those. We've got Jan on the socials tonight, so you can fire your questions in. Janice says, good evening, everyone, from an exceptionally cold Stoke-on-Trent. Nana Kim54 says, good afternoon. And hello to Faith Smith. Lakieta says, hello, how is everyone? Hopefully you're all enjoying Ben's Day. Melanie Brunner says, hello, Ben and Craig. Happy Ben's Day, everybody. Happy Ben's Day. Lynn says, hi, Ben, Craig, and the amazing team, the wonderful social superstar, Jan, and everyone. It's been a great day watching the shows today, so I'm sure with the dynamic duo together, the fun will continue. Jane Adams joins us in Las Vegas. Pat joins us from a cold and overcast New Jersey. And Beth says, oh no, I hope Craig is feeling better soon. I'm sure he will be. It's a good night's sleep, I think he needs, he was saying. It's got a bit of a headache, isn't it? And,
it is, yeah. It's just right. It's been there way at the back of the head, and then I was doing a little bit of filming earlier on for the next craft club, and it just got worse and worse and worse. Unfortunately, it's not disappeared. So yes, it's going to be an hour. I'm going to go straight home, put the kettle on, and I'm going to head straight to bed. So I'm right as rain for tomorrow.
This is such a fun job to do, but when you're feeling under the weather, it can be the worst job.
Yeah, it can be tough.
Yeah. So let's get into this hour. As I say, questions, please. Pat, I've seen your question from earlier, so we'll get that answered as we start demoing. But we're going to have a look at the Tropical Paradise selection. So, okay, so the 11-piece selection is the full collection. We've also got like a smaller broken down bundle for you as well. So if you just want the beginner selection, check that out. This 11-piece selection is basically everything within the Tropical Paradise set. It's a brilliant price as well. £18.40 or £25.60 should be over £60 or £93.53. But of course, remember, you can use the Ben code, Ben10, get another 10% off that price. So that comes down by another $184 or $25.80. And look, in the full collection, the 11-piece collection, you're going to get glitter paste. So you've got your beautiful, I say standard glitter paste in there. There's nothing standard about that. It is jam-packed full of your glitter particles to give you that beautiful tropical water sparkle. You've also got your chunky glitter paste in there as well. So that's your hibiscus. As far as your pens are concerned in this set, you have got this one here, which is your beautiful plumeria. You've got hot orange in there, passion pink, and then your purple petal. That is your tricolour alcohol marker pen. Then you've also got your tricolour aqua. So again, 3 fantastic colours in there. You've got your pink orchid, you've got your papaya, and then you've also got that tropical pool in there. So 3 fantastic colours there. You will receive all sorts of embellishments. The sequins in here are absolutely beautiful. They are super, super pretty. A big tub of your tropical florals, 50 grams in there. You're also going to get a little pot of your gems too. So those are sort of like your greens and your blues, almost like a tropical pool colour you've got going on within that set. Also in here, you will get your stencils. Going to be looking at these over the course of the show. So there's 3 little stencils in here. They are 8 by 3.8. You've got kind of like your tropical leaves in there, your sort of foliage. And some of these actually, that one there, for example, might be quite nice to use with your jungle collection. You can see some of these working in really, really nicely with that. You've then got your Nature's Paradise. So this is a lovely set of stamps featuring the lovebirds. So again, jungle, yes, the lovebirds collection, of course. You've got all of these fantastic stamps in there. Lovebirds, you've got the cocktails. Again, you've got your hibiscus flowers and then the tropical leaves in there. And then you've also got your good vibes in there too. So this is 3 dies, which brings you the sentiments of cheers, love, and tropical. You've also got an embossing folder within this set as well, which is that beautiful Lost in Paradise. So 11 elements within that set, hardware and consumables too, and you're only paying £18.40 or £25.50, but you're going to use your Ben10 code to get a 10% off that price to bring it down even further for you. As I say, questions, keep them coming in. Comments, we love them, of course. Hi to Karen, he says, Craig, you really do look like you aren't feeling well. I hope you can get lots of rest once you are done here and feel better soon. Emily says, hello Ben and Craig, got the aprons on, time to get some messy crafting on. And Rachel says, watcher, I've gone to bed as threatened after all the earlier fun. Feel better soon, Craig. To be honest with you, I'll be happy for the
well, I did that.
Well.
I thought you're not going to complain about just cutting the show short by an hour. I thought you've had a busy day, But yes, sometimes when I've not slept and I've got a sore head, I get a black eye. Black eye? No, don't.
Yeah, I haven't punched him. In case you were wondering.
Yeah, I get a swelled eye, so it's nothing to do with us punching each other yesterday. So like, it's just what happens if I've not slept and I've got a headache. My eye swells.
Beth says, happy Ben's Day. I set my alarm, got up way early for the first show, ordered the special and your box. Thank you. Bethan says, hello Ben and Craig and crew. First show today I've been able to watch, but I have purchased the double-sided die plates and the mixed media bundle. There's loads. Just basically shop the day, see all the deals that are left from earlier and pick up the deals in this show. All right, Craig, so we're going to have a bit of a play with this collection and I'm going to attempt to do some bits with you. So what we're going to look at?
I just thought what we could do is we could just do a little bit of blending through the stencil with one of the blending brushes and also with the Island Shore Pearlescent ink pad. So this one here is giving you that pearlescent look. Essentially what it does is it gives you, of course, your kind of your own Centura Pearl. Can I just say, that price is phenomenal. Bonkers. Take advantage, as well as Ben was saying, with this code. But to get a lot of these within this configuration, these are exclusive colours to just the tropical. So you're not going to be able to get these colours, Ben, elsewhere. No. They're not within the range. These are exclusive colours, and once they're gone, they have gone. So I thought what we can do is, I've brought my set of stencils here. I'm going to go in with this one here. You might want to change it, Ben. It's entirely up to yourself. Okay. But I have given you, of course, a blending brush and the Island Shore. What I've also given you is the repositionable spray. Yeah. Because this is really, really good when it comes to certainly the blending brushes. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to step back a bit. This is a brand new tin, so I'm just going to get that going.
I've always wanted to do this, Craig.
In the bin, have you?
Yeah. Well, do I need to spray in the bin?
Sorry?
Do I need to spray in the bin?
No, it's just because this is a new tin. No, it's a new tin. You've got an old tin. I thought, well, I'm not feeling well, so I'm giving myself the new tin.
So we're putting it on the card.
And then, yeah, so ideally do it maybe in a box or do it in a well-ventilated room, but you just want to do a few short, sharp bursts. That's it. That's all you really need to do. You just really need to let that go tack. There you go. That's it. And then I'm just going to move that to the side. I'm just going to give it to just like a little bit of a waft, just for a moment or two.
Okay.
Just to kind of let that settle. Waft it about.
Yeah.
Waft it, baby. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go on to our cardstock. We're going to press down. And the reason I really did want to use the spray for, certainly this one that I'm using, you've got all of these little fine pieces.
Oh, yeah.
You just wanted to make sure are nice and held down.
We're not making a card out of this, are we? Because I've just randomly okay.
No, it's just the technique of blending with the brushes.
Okay.
So once you're happy that that has adhered down, just going to go in with the pearlescent pigment.
Exciting, this.
Now this one, because it's the pigment bend, what you could do afterwards is go over like with an embossing powder.
Oh, yeah,
because it's a sticky ink. And then I'm just going to take my blending brush. I'm just going to roll round and round. I'm just going to go a little bit onto my glass mat first, and then I'm just going to then go straight in. I've obviously got an ink pad that's had some orange on it, but let's start to blend that over into our stencil. And then we're just going to go straight on. We're just going to then get that colour in. And because we've used that repositionable spray, that's holding our stencil in place. It's not going to move. It's keeping it all in pristine place for you to come along. And this is where, if you wanted to use other ones, you could start to then blend them together. But what's happening is you're going to get that perfect blend.
Do you always take it down onto your glass mat every time you apply it to the ink pad then, or not?
So usually I do with other ink pads, so things like our water reactive or duet. Usually if I'm blending straight onto my cardstock, so if I just want to have a solid colour of said colour onto my white cardstock, I tend to take what I call a run and jump. But where I'm going down straight over onto my stencils with something like a pigment ink pad, which is like a sticky ink, I just go direct straight on. And because your stencil is a non-porous surface, so what's going to happen is you're going to blend that ink off anyway. So you don't need to worry about it sticking and not moving, because it's non-porous. And you can then go light to start with if you want to. You can start to create like a single coloured ombre if you want to. You can then, of course, go really heavy-handed like I'm doing now. It's entirely up to yourself. But anything that's got really, really small detail bits, I would highly recommend using a repositionable spray.
Yeah.
Whether it's ours, or I know you guys stateside, you sometimes struggle getting our repositionable spray. So just have a look in one of your local craft stores or your online stores for a repositionable spray.
I tell you what, our spray's brilliant though, isn't it? It really does hold the stencil down.
It really does. It really, really does. So if you, as I said just right there a second ago, if you do struggle, then all you need to look for is repositionable spray. Just make sure it's repositionable, whatever brand it is that you're using. As long as it says it's a repositionable, that's also going to do the job. So I'm just going to go in and then add more. You can use as much as you want. So instead of coating the whole of our cardstock, creating our own Centura Pearl card, what we're doing is we're kind of creating our own Centura Pearl, like palm leaves.
Yeah.
So once you're happy, like the ones at the top, what I've got is a little bit of orange mixed in, but it doesn't actually really matter. Still looks quite nice. But then if we then start to see that pearlescent, that kind of shininess, and then I'm just going to then go in and I'm going to then just start to peel that back. And then what you've got, so actually whatever colour was already still on my blending brush is actually giving it a really nice effect. Looks really nice. And then if we come in here, and in actual fact that kind of rustic unstraight edge works really, really well as well. And if you wanted to, at this point, what you can do is you can sprinkle with like a clear embossing. I wouldn't put a colour, because the colour's going to take away from that pearlescent, but that looks fab.
Yeah,
look at that.
Cool. So you could trim that, obviously, where I've like gone over the edge.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was really cool, that.
Look at that, and you see that shine that's just bouncing off.
Those brushes are brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're so good.
Really, really good. And when it comes to cleaning up, what you're going to want to do is you can use one of your fine misters or your water spritz, something like that. And then I'm just going to give that a spritz with water. Go into a bit of scrap cardstock, and you're just going to, essentially, you're just going to blend all that excess colour off. Yeah. Just going to do that again, add a little bit more. And what's happening, the brushes are phenomenal in the way they've been manufactured. The more and more that you use them, the ink doesn't travel all the way down. The ink kind of sits along the top, so then therefore you don't have to worry. You know, like, well, when I was decorating, the more you use the paintbrush, the more that the paint goes further and further and further into the bristles. You don't have that issue. All you need to do is clean the actual colour off the top, and then you'll see just within that section there, I'm nice, I'm clean, it's not dirty, it's not inky, it's good to go. And then there is where we can now come along with any of the stamps that we can stamp, cut and start and place over the top. We could do some of the sentiment dies if you want to. You've got, what you could always do is maybe go over with another one.
Oh yeah.
And go over with another colour. I know within the bundle there is, I think there's still the glitter paste in that, isn't there?
You get the glitter paste
so
in there,
you could go over the glitter paste if you want to. And then you've also got...
Oh, that's a really cool idea, because you could have then the flower, couldn't you, over the leaves? In a different, like in the glitter paste. Yeah,
that would look really absolutely, cool. Yeah. And then still, you can still absolutely mix in other ink pads that you've got. You could start to use in your duets. You can start to then use in things such as your water reactives and that as well. But I just thought, I wasn't sure if you'd use like the repositional spray with stencils and the brush and one of the pearlescent ink pads. So I thought we could just have a little bit of a try with that.
Yeah, really, really brilliant. I've got a few questions. So what we'll do a couple of questions and a few comments as well. Hi to Stacey, who says, good morning. Hope that you're all having a great Ben's Day. Hi everyone, Jennifer. Big warm hugs from me to you, said Jennifer Love. I was so excited with the deals, I forgot to use the code. Maybe I need another order. It is multi-use, and you can use it on the show, so I would. Karen says, I understand, Craig. I had a migraine yesterday. I hope it goes away soon.
Thank you. I'm sure it will.
A couple of questions then, Craig. So this was one from earlier, from Pat. She says, I have a larger jigsaw die, but I did find the mount board bigger than the size of the die. Can I still use it, and how easy is it to cut down the mount board?
Absolutely, because your jigsaw dies are going to cut out of the mount board anyway, so that really doesn't matter. You don't need to worry about that. As far as cutting, you know, your crafter's companions, I wouldn't use my small snippy scissors for mount board. I would use our big crafter's companion scissors, or as long as you've got nice big sturdy scissors, they're going to do the job. You're really going to struggle with small snippy scissors. I wouldn't bother about that. Or of course a craft knife and ruler, something like that, just to make it smaller. But as for the actual jigsaw die, don't worry about the size as such, because as well as it die cut in the jigsaw shape, it will also cut all the way around because it's got a cutting edge. So yeah, scissors or craft knife, something like that, DIY knife, something, just to cut down the mount board.
Cindy says, I really like the beautiful beginnings with Ben crafting along. Such a great idea. Double the learning, double the fun. This is it, you see. So you get to be taught by the experts, and you get to see like the novice have a bit of a go. She also says, odd question, Craig. This is not an odd question. It's a very good question. When you use a stencil, says Cindy, is there a way to know what is the correct side to use, or can you use either side?
You can absolutely use either side. When it comes to stencils, there's no right and wrong. The only way there's a right and wrong way is if there's wording in it. Yes. That's the only time you need to take into account, of course, which side you use. Because if you use the wrong side, the wording's going to be the wrong way. Other than that, the material, it's not as if it's two different materials, top and bottom. The stencil, that what it's been cut out of, is exactly the same either way. So if it's like a bird facing in the right direction, flip it over, the bird's now facing in the left direction. So absolutely, there's no right or wrong way, only if it's got wording on it.
Thank you, Jacobu, for your lovely message. That's very, very kind. Lynn says, I need to use my stencils more. I don't know why I don't. I just forget about them. Like, they're very accessible, aren't they? They are very accessible. And thank you, Jane, for your nightly joke. This made me lol a few moments ago. Hey, Ben, I found a wooden shoe in my toilet this morning. It was clogged. I love that. I might keep that for Friday Night Live. And Stacey just says, Ben, I missed this bundle. Can you just go over it again? Yeah, in fact, I actually missed out the Island Shore that we've just been using. You are going to get in this bundle as well. So there is the 11-piece selection. And then you've also got like a beginner's bundle too. So the 11-piece selection is the ink pad. It's the 2 pens. So you're getting your tricolour brush pen, which is your Plumeria. So you're going to get the 3 colours in there, your passion pink, your purple petal, and then also your hot orange. Then you're getting your watercolour pen to the tricolour aqua marker. Again, 3 colours, papaya, pink orchid, and then your tropical pool. Then you've got the 2 lots of the glitter in here. So again, like Craig was saying, you know, you might want to do what we've just done there and do your leaves in that beautiful Island Shore shimmer, and then pop down maybe this, the chunky glitter paste and the hibiscus for your hibiscus flowers, because you get the stencil for that as well. That would look super cool. So you've got the chunky glitter paste in the hibiscus, and then you've also got the your standard glitter paste in that tropical waters. Then you're going to get your embellishments. So you get a big tub of your gems in there. That is the, or say gems, sequins, these, the tropical florals, 50 grams of those. Plus you are also going to receive the beautiful gems. So just pop a little bit of glue on those, and those are in like the beautiful greens and blues, like a tropical pool sort of colour. Then on top of that, you of course get the stencils. So the one that we've just used is in this actual pack itself. So you get the leaves, you get the foliage, and then you get the hibiscus flowers in there too. You've got your Lost in Paradise, so that is that beautiful embossing folder, 6x4. If I flip that around, you can see the design a little bit better there, but it's more of those beautiful sort of tropical florals. Then you've got your Good Vibes, so that is 3 dyes in there. So you've got Tropical, you've got Cheers, and you have also got your Love. And then lastly is your 6-piece stamp set, which is all the beautiful like tropical birds in there, lovebirds, you've got the cocktails, you've got again the beautiful hibiscus flower, and then you've got some of those tropical leaves in there as well. So it's a really great bundle, and again, a great way to, you know, if you maybe you are someone like me, just giving things a go, trying things out, you want to see what it's like doing a little bit of mixed media, you get a little bit of everything in this set for a brilliant price. And again, use the code BEN10, it will get you 10% off that price. So another £1.84, £2.56 comes off that price, and that code is applicable right across all of the shows today. Basically, just go shop the day, and then you can have 10% off whatever is there. And as I say, do keep checking out the deals from earlier on. We've still got some of the Bonanza box left. I know we've got some of the £10 deals as well. And if you type my surname, Moseby, M-O-S-E-B-Y, into the search bar, that little secret hidden compartment on the website will be revealed, where you can get 10 items for £10 or $10. And let me just tell you, there are some absolutely huge savings to be had when you type that word in. Thank you, Craig, for answering my question, says Pat. And Sister P4, I've got your question. I will ask it the other side of this short break. Get to the checkout, get any more questions in, and we will come back in about 4 or 5 minutes' time.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community.
Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world.
It also connects you with people from all over the world.
You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family.
I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends.
I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much.
When you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas, and get inspiration from each other.
So what's not to love about Crafters TV? So go make a coffee and pull up a chair. Let's all get crafting. I'll see you all there.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every £1, $, or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Hi everyone, challenge accepted. Checking in to let everybody know what Crafter's Companion means to me, and I thought I'd take a page out of Ben's book and do a parody of his parody. Apologies in advance for the lack of a singing voice. There once was a lass who was very crafty, and she tuned every day into CTV. Learning was fun, how could this be? Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. She set her alarm for 4 a.m. to check out the new daily bargain. Monday through Friday she'll do it again. Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. Sarah, Ben, and the Double Debbies, Leanne, Sheena, and the Hottie Scotty. You'll find them all on CTV. Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. When I tell you the tale of CTV, it's guaranteed fun for you and me. Programs for everyone to see. Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. I love you, CTV. Thank you.
We love you, Trisha Stow. Thank you. I love the colours in the bundle. It makes me think of warmer weather coming. Not soon enough, though, says Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie, here in the UK, we've had about 1 degree, I think, today, 1 or 2 degrees, and it's been miserable and freezing for the last, I don't know, feels like 3 weeks, probably 2 weeks. Tomorrow, it's getting warmer, isn't it? We're getting about 13 or 14 degrees tomorrow. Yeah, but do you know what else is coming? Rain.
Halloween. Oh.
Halloween. No, rain. We get the warm weather, but then we also get rain.
Yeah.
Huh? No, it is going to be warm because it's been cold, isn't it? It's been cold and foggy. Tomorrow it's going to be like warm but rainy. Love the Craftimonial, says Ruby. Good evening, says Shazza. Looked at these earlier and didn't add them to my basket. Now I've seen them, I think I need them. And just a quick question before we move on, Craig. Sister P4 says, Craig, how do you clean your stencil after using this spray? She says, I can't seem to get the spray off. Has she sprayed too much then?
Don't clean it off.
Oh.
No. Don't clean it off. Nicholas gone, what? Yeah, don't clean it off. What to do is actually just, because this was actually my set that I brought with me, because you're going to need it again with adhesive spray on it. So,
oh yeah.
So this is the one that I've just used there, and it's still tacky on the back. So just stick it to your stencils and pop it in the pack.
Yeah.
Because you're not damaging them while you prise them apart. And as I said, that I can use, probably another 2 or 3 times before I have to add spray again. So the repositionable spray, I don't clean it off. I just stick it onto the packaging or onto the other stencil and then put it in its packet.
Excellent stuff. Keep the questions coming. Any questions you like, as I say, beautiful beginnings. So this is all our shows are that sort of safe space to ask the simple questions, but even more so here, you know, we want you to ask those questions. Learn colouring kits. We've got a few of these on the show. This Learn colouring kit, I've left half of it down here. Oh, Craig's got a question.
Well, it's not really, it's a question. I've just realised maybe you do want to clean your stencil. Very well for me saying, don't need to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe you do actually want to do it. In the sink, lukewarm water, if you want to do a little bit of washing up liquid, something like that, or a baby wipe, something like that as well, to then, of course, clean it. So if you do want to clean your stencil, then that's how but with it's a repositionable spray, don't feel as though you have to. At least you've still got spray for the next time.
Loads of Learn bundles on the show. So we've got a Learn Mixed Media. This one is the Learn Colouring with Illustrators bundle. This was selling very, very quickly earlier on, even when we weren't even talking about it during the launch day show. Yeah, producers only popped this on the screen. He's like, this is deal. Like, Learn Colouring with Illustrators is absolutely flying. Is it on the show? We were like, nah. This is on Beautiful Beginnings. Because what you're going to get in this set for just £16 or 24 bucks if you're platinum, hang on, no, that's not even the price, because you're going to use your Ben10 code and get another £1.60 or $2.40 off that price. You are going to get a set of your Illustrator markers, our professional quality dual-ended alcohol markers with your beautiful premium Japanese brush nib and your superfine ultra nib in a whole host of beautiful colours. In fact, your essential colours. 12 of those pens, plus you will get your, oh hello, bold butterflies from Sheena. I think, just my opinion, some of the most beautiful butterfly stamps that we have sold here. I think these are brilliant. The size of the main butterfly is incredible. You get 2 smaller butterflies plus sentiments, and the dies in there are incredible too, because you get the 2 smaller dies to cut out the small butterflies, and then the dies you get to cut out your big butterflies, they're split, so you can cut it out as a topper, or indeed just use one side or the other to place it wherever you want it to go on your cardstock. And then, which is brilliant, you get the rocker blocks included in here as well, and it's the 2 big rocker blocks for you as well. So like we were talking earlier on, because we had the 6x6 stamping platform on our Ben's 10s deals, that is still available if you want to pick it up. But I was saying, you know, you've got stamping platforms, you've got rocker blocks. I think, again, it's just personal preference, Craig, really, isn't it? But I know some people like to use both.
Yeah, that's it. You know, my personal preference is the stamping platforms, but of course for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the rocker block. I do still enjoy using them. When it comes to that price here, Ben, I was just doing a little bit of maths on the calculator, because when these first were launched, so Illustrator pens first launched, and actually you'll probably still find what I'm away to say in some stores that do sell them independently, the RRP at £2.79 per pen. Now, you were of course saying Japanese nib. The actual nib itself on the actual pen, that costs more than the whole pen.
Bonkers, that.
Included. So that nib there costs more than the pen, the barrel, the chamber, the ink, all of that combined. So there's 12 in a pack. If you were looking at let's just say £2.79, you're going to be 33, what did I do? 33.48 for that pack of just the 12 pens, if you were to think of them individually. So the value is exceptional. You're getting the stamp sets, the rocker blocks, and of course Ben's code as well. So snap them up. So I know you said something about the stamping platforms at a tenner or something. Yeah, we've got the 6x6 and a £10 deal. So I'm using that. And you're going to rocker block? I'm going to do the rocker block, right. Because it's not something that I use a lot. So I thought it's good for you to see me using it. Now, with the rocker block, the reason that these are so good, Ben, and I know maybe some will say, well, you're saying they're so good, Craig, you don't usually use them. That's just because my preference is the stamping platforms. But the reason that these are so good is because they are a dome. You can see there. Yeah. So they've got that kind of slight dome there. What you have also got is you've got maybe about a few mils from the base to the top. Because it's at a bit of a slant, what's going to happen is when you ink up, if you get ink all the way around, it doesn't matter. It's not going to come into contact with the paper. The only thing that will come into the contact with paper if it's inky is these edges. And I'm going to purposely ink the edges to show you how it'll look.
If you are brand new to this, Craig, and you wanted to get into stamping, in your opinion, if I was like, okay, I'm new, rocker block or stamping platform, what is the easiest, or would you say just get both and see what works best?
If you can get both, then do that. Yeah. This is where I'm going to assume If you ask Sheena that question, she's probably going to say rock-a-block.
She is. She loves a rock-a-block.
I'm going to say a stamping platform.
Right.
And that is not because there's anything wrong. These are brilliant. These give you confidence and they make you stamp beautifully and perfectly. I can't reiterate enough, Ben, it's purely preference.
Yeah.
They both do the same incredible job. It's just how you like to, of course, give that impression of your stamp.
Is there any sort of type of stamps that you wouldn't use with like a rocker block, for example? Like I'm just thinking like a sentiment. That would be more a stamping platform, wouldn't it, or not really?
No, again, it's what you feel.
Oh, okay.
You feel comfortable. Like you'll see here. I need to go at an angle. I need to put that little bit of pressure. You might have dexterity issues. You might have arthritis. Maybe you find it harder to. And you're not really gripping, you'll see what I mean in a moment, but hold and rock, you might find it a little bit of a struggle. Maybe you've got no arthritis, no issues with the hand, but you still prefer the stamping platform. It's preference. That's why I would say if you can, go for one of each, then that way then you're going to be able to try which one you prefer. So here, Ben, what I've got all the way around, I've gone in with a little bit of ink. Now, what you want to make sure is that you've got no ink on these edges here.
Yeah.
So I've purposely gone and done that. So what we're then going to do is we're going to go in at an angle here, and then this is where we're going to rock, hence why they're called rock-a-block. So you're just going to rock, and then you can see you've got the perfect image, but look what happens. I have none of that excess ink. The only ink that's transferred is along these edges. So that's why when you're inking up, don't worry about excess ink around the sides, doesn't matter. It's not going to come into contact. You just need to make sure you ink up, give that a wipe, give that a wipe. That will stop the edges and that will give you the perfect impression when it comes to the stamp. And because we're using the Illustrators, I know you've got the Flagstone alcohol proof and I've got the black, Noir Black alcohol proof. And then the only difference with yourself, Ben, is you're just popping it on the stamping platform and then you're pressing down because you've got the 4 spring legs.
Another question just quickly as we come through. If you're not putting embossing powder on Shimmer ink, for example, I found that it can stick to other things, says Alexandra. Should it be heat dried to remove the tackiness?
So either leave it to dry naturally, or if you're wanting to then, of course, speed that process up to stop any, dust or particles of that drawn to it and sticking to it, then yeah, just heat set it with a heat gun. Yeah, that's the best thing.
Thanks for answering the questions, Craig. So Cindy, on how or when to clean the stencil, I appreciate that. And keep the questions coming in. We've got about 23 minutes left on the show. In case you didn't know, just an hour-long show tonight. So any questions, get them in sooner rather than later. Question for you, Craig, here. So I've stamped my image.
Yeah.
And I've got a slight little bit that is missed out here. So with the 6x6 platform, is it a case again of just aligning it up and going back in with this? Is it quite easy to do that?
You could try, but you're probably not going to get it bang on.
So would you, in that instance, just potentially just go over that in like a black marker, for example?
You're ahead of me there. You're ahead of me.
See, I'm always learning.
Yes,
yeah.
do that. You can either restamp it again if you want. For me personally, Ben, I would think that's a waste because you've done a cracking job. You've only just
that bit
missed
there,
a tiny little
tiny bit.
And our art liner, they're magic pens. They work both with alcohol base and water base. So it doesn't matter which one you're going to be doing. And I would do exactly what Ben's doing, and that's just filling it in. It's just that fine little detail there. It's a shame to waste all of that. If Ben had missed a great big part of it, I would then say just restamp it again because there's no way, I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't get it bang on. This is when your larger stamping platforms will be a good helping hand. But yeah, just go along and then just infill there. And you're just connecting the line or infilling where that black spot has been missed.
There we go. My line's a bit wonky because I've done my glasses. But yeah, if you need to do that, then that is what you should do. Right. Colour.
Rightio. So within the set that you're going to be getting, usually we'll say a 3-tone blend. We've got 2 tones that we can be doing. So for instance, we've got Frost Pink and we've got Fuchsia. So Frost Pink is MG1 and then Fuchsia is 2 shades darker, which is MG3.
Okay.
Illustrator pens, if you do just want to go in and just colour, because they're flexible nibs. If you want to colour in like you would normally do, yes, you can do. But what you'll tend to find is Illustrator pens, it's about the motion of colouring. So usually what you do, Ben, with your Illustrators is all about colouring and shading with your flicking technique. So this is why they're good for hair and fur and trees and bushes and leaves and foliage, because you've got the flicking action, which we can go in now with the darker shade and then start to add in that bit of darkness. And then if you want it to come along and start to blend that out, you can go over again and just start to then blend them out, because they're alcohol, so the alcohol will evaporate. You already start to see it starting to evaporate. So within this one, what we could do is we could go in here and then just start to go in with that light tone. And I am doing flicking actions, however, I more just want to then just infill. We could go in here and then we can then just start to flick inwards.
Oh, okay.
And then we can then go in. So what I would also do is if you're doing a 3-tone blend, like we usually do, I would still follow suit the way that I colour with my tri-blends. Now what I mean by that is we would add in that base colour, which is the light tone. And then what I would do is at this point, I would come in with the mid-tone and maybe come about 2/3 of the way. Then I would go in with the darkest tone and maybe just about 1/3 of the way.
But it's all about the same theory that you apply with your tri-blends, but applying it to your illustrators. Basically.
Exactly, that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly the same, yep, it is indeed.
That
so
makes
just
it easier to remember.
flicking and then blending in there. And because you're using the Illustrator pens by doing the flicking action, you will get a different blended look than if you're using the tri-blends or classiques. Because usually with the tri-blends or the classiques, what we tend to be doing 9 times out of 10, certainly the way that I do it, you do it in circular motions.
Yeah.
You colour and you blend within circular motions. So this is going to give you more of kind of like a flat layered shade. Whereas when it comes to the Illustrators, because you're going in with that flicking action, you're going to get more of that flicked look.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do a couple at a time there.
Nicola's got a question.
Yeah.
She says, you know, with the flexible nib, is there a way to hold a pen to give you more control over that? She finds it quite hard to stay in the line with that flicking action. Is that what you mean when you're doing that flick? Yeah.
I understand. I see where you're coming from. Yeah. You could always. I'm trying to think.
Is there a technique that makes it easier? She's saying, yeah. Or is it just a case of practicing?
No,
you're not a fool.
No, you're not at all. Not a fool at all. I think it's really the case of practice. It really, really is just practice. What you can do is you can just, just flick and then edge to edge.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
That's good.
Not too bad there.
That's really good,
Bit of definition going on.
Really good.
Good teacher, you see.
I know exactly, obviously, what you are meaning, Nicola, because, of course, you're flicking, so you're losing that little bit of control at the end. Whereas, of course, with the bullet nib, because you're doing smaller circles, you're colouring within the line, section by section, whereas you're kind of at times maybe losing that control because you're doing the flicking. I would just say, yeah, it really is just practice. And then there's also nothing stopping you from, like even if I do this one here, like say I've messed up there, there's still nothing just stopping you going in and filling it, so you could go in and do it that way. Yeah,
there you go. Craig's answering some questions.
Or worst case scenario, if you like the look of these pens, just go in.
The other thing as well, I said this last time I coloured with you, Craig, is that you can't almost describe just how light that amazing nib is.
That's it.
It's incredible to colour with, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. And then there.
Yeah, Nicola's just saying that yours looks very sort of stained glass, the way that
Stained glass, that's quite a
flip that.
stained glass. So you come along afterwards with things such as your glossy highlights and that if you wanted to, and add that over the top.
Oh yeah, that'd be quite
Or
nice.
if you've got maybe any leftover spray and sparkle, you could do that. But then, yeah. See, and that is just 2 tones. And that is it, you know. And it's also a good example to show that 9 times out of 10 with alcohol colouring, we do talk about the 3-tone blend, you know, where you've got the light, the medium and the dark. What I've done there with 2 tones, you can do that with tri-blends and Illustrators. If you just want to use the light and the medium, or the medium and the dark, or the light and the dark, you can absolutely do that. And still nothing stopping you. If you go to build your collection with the Illustrators, you could go in with a 4-tone blend, 5-tone if you wanted to. But it's a good way to start with the Illustrator pens. Not only is this a good learning colour collection set of the Illustrators, but it's a good way to start because you can practice exactly going on what Nicola's just saying there about getting that control within the lines. You're only having to work and practice with 2-tone blend. And then once you start to, of course, navigate down, you know, that kind of wall of that colouring area, then you can introduce that 3rd tone as well and start to build up that depth.
Do you know what? These are brilliant. You know, and Cindy says, these look so cool. Gene says, Craig makes it look so easy. He does, but I would just say as well, just be brave and like have a bit of a go. I mean, not the best thing in the world, but I've got a bit of tonnage going on there, a bit of a blend going on there, a bit of depth. And like you say, Craig, I think the more you practice with these, the more you play, the way you'll find your way with them, won't you? And there's plenty of other shows that you can go to that we've done over the years.
Absolutely. But then also, let's be honest, and this isn't a trick question, how many times do you see me using Illustrators?
Well, that's a very
I'm going to
good
say what
point.
Nicola said. Never.
Never, yeah.
They're amazing. They're brilliant. They're not my go-to. My go-to are tri-blends.
Tri-blends,
They're
yeah.
my comfort. So I'm not going to come to you and say, I use these day in, day out at home, and this is the result. I very, very, very rarely use the Illustrators. What I'm doing is I'm doing exactly what Ben said, and I'm following my method as to what I would do with the tri-blends or the classiques. Yes, I'm cutting out one of the shades because it's only a 2-tone, but instead of circular motions, I'm just doing the flicking instead. So I'm just replicating a circle blend of tri-blend to flicking with the Illustrator pens.
Beautiful Beginnings is such a valuable show for all, says Pamela. It is a valuable show for all. And we're always learning. And I think, you know, I always talk about this show in regards of that this is for beginners. But like you've just said, Pamela, like it's a great show for all because I think even if you're an expert or if you've been doing it for a long time, you're always still trying to refresh your memory. You're always trying to, you know, try new things out. And that's what this show is absolutely all about. I'm really enjoying this. Are we just going to carry on colouring or... oh, what?
You could keep colouring if you wanted to.
I could shimmer spray a bit of my butterfly.
You could paint in with the shimmer spray into the butterflies if you wanted to. You can do that if you want. I can do a little technique.
Yeah. Are you doing shimmer sprays now, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, we all are. Aw, miss. Oh, class is moving on, I've just been told. Okay. Well, I'll leave a bit of my butterfly then, uncoloured, and then we'll do some... The thing is, sorry, I'm being a bit rude now. Once you get going with this, like you don't want to stop.
That's the thing. It's addictive.
It is addictive, isn't it?
It's really addictive.
And this kit, by the way, as well, if you want to grab it, is
that's awesome.
Is really good because the butterflies are like nice and easy to colour as well. They're nice and big. So if you're like me, and, you know, you sort of go outside the lines a little bit. It doesn't really matter because then you know you can just go back in with your other colours. That was really fun. Anyway, if you want this set, it's really good. If you want this set, the Illustrators, I mean, to get those for £16 on their own or $24 is bonkers. To get that with your rocker blocks and the butterfly set that you're going to get from Sheena is incredible. £16 or $24, but you're going to use your Ben 10 code. That deal. Have I put everything back in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, no. That code is available until midnight tonight, and all of the deals as well around until midnight. So you've got about another 6 hours or so to shop, but the code you can use on this show as well. So get another £1.60, $2.40 off this price. It's those illustrators there. It is the rocker blocks that Craig was showing you how to use, and then also the stamp set from Sheena's Bold Butterflies collection. So that is included, stamps and dies in that set for £16. And I kid you not, I think some of the best butterfly stamps that you will play with, and the fact that you've got the dies in there as well is absolutely fantastic value for money. If you want to go down the line of stamping with the 6x6 platform, shop the day for that. It's available on the £10 deals. Obviously £8, $8, but if you use the code BEN10, £7.20 or $7.20 will be the price. That looks good, Ben, says Gina. Thank you. Stephanie says, Ben, you are doing great. It's got to be harder to colour standing up. Yeah, I don't know, actually. I'd never really thought about that, because last time Craig and I coloured together, we were sat down on the stools, weren't we? Yeah. Do you find, so when you're at home in your craft room, you're sat down all the time,
I'm always
right?
sat down,
So do you find it harder to craft when you're on air then, standing up?
I would say I get a little bit more tired.
Yeah.
Because I think, obviously, you're standing, and obviously, I know we get our break, but we're always prepping the shows, going over the shows, eating while we're going over everything. I get a bit more tired by standing, and we are, if we want to, we can have a seat if we want to, but yeah, we're demoing, we're talking, we're standing. But yeah, at home, I'm always sitting, always.
I'm supposed to be saving for my holiday in March, says Lisa Bailey, coming over to visit the Crafters Companion Shop and the craft show in Birmingham. See you there. I'm going. What day are you coming? Are you coming for the whole thing? I think I'm going to be there on the Friday.
Oh, are you getting to go?
I think. No. Nicola. She makes out that I'm a diva. She's like, no, I haven't been kicking off. They asked me to do the Sunday, and I couldn't do the Sunday, but then I said I could do the Friday, and they were like, oh, I don't know if we can take you off the shows. And I said, well, come on, it'd be fun. So I think I might be there on the Friday. I might be.
I think you're only getting to go because I can't go.
Yeah, probably will.
But it's not that I can't go. I'm on holiday again.
I just fancy a trek down to the NEC because it's always brilliant at that show. It's always so much fun.
Yeah, and do you know why I'm so annoyed as well? And all of us on the team for ages, we've been like, we need to go to the NEC. We need to have an stand at the NEC. And I've been going on and on and on about it. We'll eventually get one, and I can't go.
Well, it's typical, isn't it? Blooming typical. But yeah, we'll see you there. It's not confirmed. We are going to be there. I can't give you the confirmed lineup yet, but I believe I'm going to be there. I think Sarah's going to be down there, but you'll find out nearer the time who's going on what day. Wendy says, I've got 3 parcels delivered. Guess what? I got a CC bag. I'm so glad I got one. I actually gave a little squeal. Thank you, CC. Just before we go, in about 10 minutes' time, we've got a Shimmer Spray collection for you on the show. What a deal this is, by the way. 7 Shimmer Sprays for £20. Why did I say 18 a second ago? £20 or £28. But, it will be £18 when you use your code, you see. Use your Ben10 code, £18, or that will come down to what, just over $25 if you're a Platinum member. Colours you're going to get in here are your Shimmer Meadow in the green. You've also got that beautiful Celestial Map. You have got the Firelight Sparkle. You're going to receive this, which is that beautiful Royal Velvet. You're going to get your Golden Sunflower in the yellow. You've got that beautiful Deep Seashell Pink. And then lastly in the bundle is your Sunset Bronze. We have also got, in case you need it, or I would say get it, is the Shimmer Spray Care Kit, which is extra nozzles, little funnel and bottles as well, because these, Craig, are so jam-packed with the mica, aren't they, that you will need that care kit to be able to clean the bottles. Absolutely you will. It is a 100% thing that you need, Craig, isn't that right?
Yes, you will there. I've cut cardstock down to 5x7, so I was just giving Ben some there. Yes, you will. What I would say is once you've used them, maybe a little tub of excess water, I'll very briefly show you just shortly. Take this out, sit it in the water and spritz into a bit of kitchen roll till all that ink and that mica's run through, and then take it out, spritz again till all that water's run out, pop it back in, that'll stop it from clogging. But there will be times, unfortunately, where it does clog. Maybe you forget to wash it out, and the care kit's good.
What can we do in the last 5 minutes then?
Right, let's create a little bit of a celestial sort of look here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in with the sunflower.
Right.
But what we're going to do, Ben, is we're going to take the lid off.
Right.
This is definitely when we need our penny.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to tap it that way. So we're just going to then go in. Now these are water-based, so if you get them where you don't want them, you don't need to worry about it. If this going as well, back to what we were saying before, maybe arthritis or dexterity issues, even on the back of a paintbrush or scissors, something like that, if you can't do it on the back of your hand. So then we can, once you're happy with that, we're then going to go in with the deep seashell. Now, I'm not a big fan of shaking it. It's got a ball bearing. I'm not a big fan because it builds up bubbles. Oh. And sometimes that can then, I prefer just to roll it back and forward. So we're just going to keep rolling. Now, I've already rolled them previously. Right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to then spritz.
The spritzing.
Onto our black cardstock.
How far away you spritz from?
If you want a finer mist, go a little bit further back. If you want more of kind of droplets, then you can go close up, or you can have a little bit of in between if you want to. Is your one blocked?
Yeah, I'll try the one that I've got here.
And then once you've gone in with a deep seashell, what we're going to do is we're then going to do the same with the celestial map here.
Oh, hello. Woo! Celestial map, yeah.
That worked, did it?
Yeah, it did work.
And then, so we're just going to spritz there. I'm going to go into there. Then let's take a paintbrush, and then we're going to wet the paintbrush. And then I'm not going to dry it completely, but I'm
Which
going.
Which paintbrush do we need? Big one.
I would prefer, or I would say a bigger one, yeah. Right. And then what we're just going to do is we're just going to tap and dab, and then we're just going to start to then kind of mix them together. You don't want to completely mix.
Is this a wet or just damp brush?
A damp brush. Okay. Put it in the water and then damp it off of a bit of kitchen roll or something, or your apron. And then we're just going in and we're just tapping in. Because it's the larger paintbrush, what I'm doing is I'm just twisting and turning, giving us like different brush strokes.
Are you going back into the water every so often or not?
No. Right. Just one put into the water. So I'm just tapping it. And then you can see how cool that looks. And then what we can do is we could go back in with the deep seashell pink. Right. And then just give that light little spritz. And then what you can do, Ben, is at this point I would heat set it. Right. But obviously we're about to run out of time. So what we could then do is if you've got like a white gel pen, I'm not sure if this will, it needs a good shake, white gel pen, or if you've got like your gesso or something like that, yeah. Pop onto your glass mat, paintbrush, water it down slightly, and then tap. But if you can see how smart is that.
Oh yeah, it is cool actually.
But then, like I say, finish off. Yeah. Have we got, oh, I know. How long have we got, Jamie?
3 minutes left, Craig.
Have we got...
What are you looking for?
I seen them underneath, but they don't have the white one in it. What have we got? Have we got a white?
That's quite cool.
No, we don't. So, let's see. Can I? No. I wonder if it'll work. Oh, actually.
We just get our little white splodges.
Just, yeah. So either tap it if it's something like your gesso or that, or I don't have, so, there we go. That's it.
Oh, nice.
And then we're just going to let that kind of dry into itself.
Oh, yeah.
Like so.
Very good.
So either your oil-based paint marker white pen or a white pigment pen or white gesso. If you're using like a white gesso, little dollop onto a glass mat, tiny little bit of water and your paintbrush, mix it together and then tap it on.
Man, like the shimmer you get is like
bursting, isn't it?
Unbelievable. you'd have thought, like, look at that. You'd have thought I'd have, like, thrown loads down, but it is hardly any to achieve that sparkle. Wowee. That was fun.
Good.
That was so much fun. So there we go, bit of a Shimmer Spray 101, bit of an Illustrator 101, bit of a technique with your ink pads, with your stencils as well. So hopefully you've learnt a little bit over the course of this show. All of the deals are live, of course, up until the end of play today. If you're shopping for anything that we've featured in the shows, use code BEN10 and get yourself 10% off. And, well, anything on the shows, you need to be using that code. Don't forget as well, use my surname, Moseby, in the search bar up until midnight tonight to pick up those deals. Pick 10 items from that hidden section and you will get them for £10 or $10. Craig, thank you so much. We've got a bit of a different day tomorrow, haven't we? Because I'm with Sarah for Wake Up Call and then Sarah for our Cartload show, which is now global clearance. And then we've got 8 to 10 preview whilst you've got a craft along, haven't you?
Yes, so it was originally me doing the craft along and Lily presenting, and we thought that was daft because I had a little bit of time off. Lily, once again, like Monday, done my craft along. So we're like, well, Lily's just as well doing the craft along and I'll present. So we've got an hour craft along tomorrow, so just the one show, and then I'm on Hobby Maker all next week.
Excellent stuff. Thank you so much to Craig. Feel better soon, pal.
Thank you.
Thank you also to the team today. Thank you to Nicola and Jamie. Thank you to producer Johnny. Thank you to Jake. Thank you to Tracy. Thank you to you guys. Happy Ben's Day, everybody. Thank you for being awesome today. We've had such a great day. Thank you to the boss as well for coming in for 2 of those shows. I will see you tomorrow where it's going to be a boring old Thursday.
Toodles.